and a Karina. I'm just surprised because there are a lot of power picks still open to take.
Yeah, a lot of great options. Let's see how Blacklist will play this out. Flex things maybe. And because of all the bans, a lot of the power tech picks that we're expecting in the first phase are already gone. But let's see if Blacklist will pick up something like, well, the Esmeralda is still gonna be open, but they pick up a Valier, which has been a really great pick so far for Eson.
Yeah.
And right now they pick up the Dyroth, and now that'll make Omega think twice about picking up the Esmeralda.
Yeah, definitely. And this Dyroth plus the Valier already gives a lot of damage in the early to the mid game, and you have that Ling for that mid to the late game advantage, especially on split pushing. But right now, Omega, they're gonna secure something that they already played yesterday. They found major success on this Kelra pickup, on this Phobius, especially against compositions such as this Ling that dashes around with the Tempest of Blades.
I love how this first phase is so front-loaded. There's so much going on in just the first 3 picks, and it leaves a very specific room for answering back in the second phase. Because look, Omega, they're answering back. There's no clear mid yet for Blacklist. I don't know how a Valier will perform as a position 4. But yeah, again, as mentioned, Eson's much better at it as a roamer. They take out the Sicilian. Blacklist, what are they looking to choke out?
Right now, I feel like they could potentially take out some options in the gold lane, but this Phobius pickup already looks like it's going to the gold lane, but then again, there's no assurance.
True. They can still flex that around. They might opt to, well, there we go. They're taking away heroes from Chaknu. Chaknu's heroes hasn't been picked just yet. Let's see if Blacklist will consider banning out the Jawhead, but since they have the Valier, maybe they're thinking they don't need to necessarily. So that still will open up the healing type heroes for Omega. They can pick up something like the Angela, and maybe that's why they took away the Esmeralda, because seeing the lineup of Omega, a Phobius, a Karina, an Angela will fit them very well. Won't be surprised if Blacklist take that out here for this last ban.
Yep, Angelas has recently popped off in a lot of games, not just this week, but also I think last week was picked up around 1 or 2 times, and Angela in general is just really strong with the tank meta.
Yeah, and already they've set up the pieces for that Blacklist. Rather not to pick that up, they are going to ban out the Ruby. So do they take the Angela here?
No, they're
it's
actually going to steal away the Lolita. But the Valier pick is already the Essen pickup here, unless Omega sniffs something sneaky from Blacklist.
Yeah, at the same time, I'm looking at this right now. What else can Haji pick up? If he's gonna go pick up something like an initiator type of tanky type, fighter type mid laner as an option. Because they can't just have it as the Valier. Whatever their mid laner here is going to be, or their position for, it has to be something tankier. Something that can help initiate. Because that Dyroth, it's not going to fill in that position.
Definitely. I mean, we've seen Dyroth try to, let's say, negate a lot of damage. They end up dying, and they kind of do need a little bit of sustain. Bren Esports, I think, yesterday did play that Dyroth, paired up with an Angela, and found some success with it, unless the Angela was taken out before the fight.
Oh, there's the answer now. If I'm not mistaken, this should be a mid Lunox on Captain Haji. We've seen that earlier in the season. And the classic Popoling Koopa on Oheb. The Filipino Savage, though, on your screens right now. Could this be his hero we're waiting on? Because
yeah,
is it clear that he's going to be the Phobius here?
Not yet. Like as we talked about earlier, it's still a flex pick. Kelra played the Phobius yesterday against a Uranus gold lane from Bren Esports, but this is a flex pick, and Brody will be the Filipino Savage's hero. Okay, you know what? That was a that gave me some panic attacks.
Yeah, you saw the switches, right? You saw the switch.
The switch too. For a second there, we were thinking like, oh my goodness, is that going to be a jungle phobia?
Are you actually going to do this in this crucial match?
Really? No, it's not going to be the case.
That's what you were looking at? I was looking at Blacklist. Look at this.
Oh, it's going to be position 4. Okay, so this might be position 4 Popoling Koopa that's built tankier. And then you'll have still a position 5 Valier.
Alavinus? Popol Alavinus?
Popol Alavinus.
That sounds like something tasty, you know?
Yeah. Escalera also showed it earlier in our previous series where he played the mid lane Popoling Koopa but with a tank build.
Somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, somewhere
in the middle. Here's one more look at the spread, ladies and gentlemen. The heroes that these 2 international champions are taking into game number 1. For Blacklist, It's a very Ling-centric lineup, but there's a lot of damage. You gotta be fair with them. There's a lot of damage.
Definitely a lot of damage on the side of Blacklist International, but my worries around this composition is, again, the purple dependence of the Ling. You need to make sure that everybody on the side of Omega stays away from your purple buff unless you want your Ling to not have a fun time until late game where you could potentially have 6 items.
To be fair, I love how Omega has drafted so close to the ground. They barely need any items. One main item for the Karina, and then she can start.
And she pops off.
Yeah.
Thunderbelt, give me the entire game already.
In this meta, especially if you're looking at a Valier and a Lunox possibly mid or even gold lane Lunox, right? You can start to go for it just with a Cursed Helm. You can threaten an early Brilliance and then catch him from the back. So, again, what I'm saying is Omega is... They have all the prerogatives, all of the initiatives, all the incentives to go hard in the early game.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, both lineups have the right heroes to just suddenly hit a power spike out of nowhere in the mid game, given that they find a massive team fight win. Maybe with two for none, 3 for none trade, or not a trade, but a 2 for none, 3 for none win in a team fight, either for Blacklist or Omega, somewhere around, let's say, the 8 to 9 minute mark.
I was thinking
that'll give them the massive lead already heading into the mid to the late game.
I have like a theory around the composition of Blacklist International. You get armor penetration from Spectre Step. That's the second ability that comes from the D-Roth, and that applies a debuff that just removes the armor almost completely in the early game, but your composition overall actually tells the other team to buy Radiant armor first.
Yep. Given that it's a...
Great point.
It's a Lunox Valier.
Yeah. And Cursed Helm on a Popol and Koopa.
So that means like armor would be the secondary item that you're gonna buy, which means D-Roth would have a fun time.
Here we go, game number 1, Blacklist International versus Omega. Purple start for both junglers.
Yeah. By the way, Haji actually has a weapons master on him.
Yeah, so...
It might not be the tank build Popol and Koopa.
It's not. You can expect possibly an early Demon Hunter Sword.
Yeah. It's going to be the
Early
mid
Blade
game
of
rush.
Despair?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen our fair shares of Popol and Koopas that just rush damage and push lanes. I think we've been watching Popol and Koopas do this since Season 7, Season 8, especially in Season 8. So right now in Season 9, it's surprising to see it come back in such a crucial game like this one. But I feel like entering this match, Blacklist International Omega had specific plans on how to approach this, because this is just so crucial. This might be the most crucial game in the regular season right now. If Blacklist wins this via sweep, they secure the playoffs. If Omega wins this via sweep, they secure the playoffs. And NXP is just banking on what happens here as well, because they lost earlier against TNC.
Yeah, NXP right now, they're hoping that the result of this match will be a 2-0, because a 2-1 will complicate things for them. At a 3-way tie at 16 points. If all teams have 16 points by the end of this match, Blacklist, Omega, and NXPE, that means they'll have to just get at least 1 point, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, just 1 point.
Against Echo.
17.
Yeah, to get 17 to break it against Echo.
Yeah, against Echo.
Against
Oh,
Echo.
no.
And at the same time, if I'm not mistaken, Omega just needs 1 point actually to make it into the playoffs. So in this game, even if they get 1 point, they'll be happy. And if, for example, Blacklist wins this 2-1, that means that they'll just really have to hope NXPE doesn't win a game against Echo. That's the whole math and triangle of it all.
This is so insane.
Dude, halfway through the final week, and we're still, literally, we're in the middle of things. We're in the heat of things.
And we're calculating.
And we're still doing calculations. That's how dire things are right now for all the teams. Yes, Dairoth on Edward. Going to be facing off against Renzio, which is a relatively tame matchup. Again, they're going to start cutting each other. I give the advantage to the Dairoth, right? Wongi, you're a Dairoth player here, especially in the early game, yeah?
I mean, 1v1s against the Dairoth isn't really fun if you're let's say, a tanky fighter. He wins almost all of 1v1 matches right now in his lane. So cutting the lane definitely is smart. He just got to do it safely.
Oh, now look at that. Edward going deep, giving Chaknu a piece of his mind, rocking that new Cobra skin. Up top, Eson keeping a good eye on OHIB here. I wonder how the Filipino Savage is dealing with that now. It's a 2v1, but look, wait, this is Ryzen deep into the jungle of Kevier. Check this out. Push back by Esson, seeing Torrents.
Yeah, great job with Esson's work there, just making sure that Omega doesn't enter the vicinity of the jungle. Because Omega, they know that they could just go in the jungle, try to secure something.
Abyssal Strike. Barely hitting. What happened there? Did he hit? Well, did he use the immunity?
No, I think Ryzen used his ultimate to dash across the Deeroth while he was channeling his Abyssum Strike. So that was some sort of an outplay, but that does burn the ultimate coming in from Ryzen. It's super important in this turtle take.
Yep, Chakno here spots Esson. Ryzen has a clear goal. Demonic Force by the Filipino South. That's actually Renzio, yeah. Kelray's way up top.
Oh!
Etomax.
Where did that?
Poppin' Haji. No, we were so focused on the turtle. I guess that's the thing about Alilia. You place your shadow energies in the right place, send Gloom over,
and
boom.
It just explodes like that. And honestly, Etomax is a player that you really can't count out. In the earlier weeks of MPL, it felt like he was struggling out of his element. But right now, in this very clutch situation, it feels like Etomax has evolved into something that we know and love, especially in MSC 2021.
Yeah, Lilia, very strong and aggressive hero. A lot of damage early on.
Chakno gets a confirmed stun onto Esson, flickering on out, away from the shadow mark, keeping him safe from Ryzen, but there is another fight in mid. Etomax uses the black shoes, force out a Tempest of Blades. He's gonna go up,
My
but not
God.
without taking Haji.
Wait a minute, wait a minute!
Wait, Renzio uses Demonic Force. Too
Okay.
far out of range.
Wait a minute! Wait!
Oh, the commando just keeps going.
You know what? He's safe? He's safe?
Like everywhere Kevier went, there's a member of Omega there just ready.
It's like a haunted house out there. Like wherever you go, there's like this one person trying to scare you. Now Omega.
Every corner.
Every corner, Omega is there.
Wait. Check this out. Esson gets caught out. Surprise! It's Chakno and Ryzen. Kevier now. Not safe from taking his own small cap. Ryzen goes in with the dance of blades and the dance of death. But he is the one who's going to suffer a death at the hands of OHIB.
The dash plus the regen coming in from Kevier. Clutch a heal to just, survive that entire encounter.
Just in time. Let's go back to the pickoff there in the mid lane. Kevier using Tempest of Blades. Slight miscalculation in the dashes. I thought the turret hit would get him, but I think Kevier just got far away enough to reset the damage.
Yes.
And then Renjo was there, and then Kevier thought, okay, I'll teleport away here. But no, Renjo at the same time still going after him, and that would be the great escape of Kevier. But as that was happening, now it has gotten to the point where Blacklist, as we were watching the replay, got to the point where they could secure the turtle for themselves.
I'm so confused. What was the dynamic there? What happened in the past 30 seconds? We saw Edward dead, and then it's still Blacklist who confirmed the turtle.
Wow. Yeah, I saw like in the corner of my eye there, where since Omega committed a lot to secure the kill there onto Edward, it was a signal for Blacklist that, Omega doesn't have enough tools to go for the turtle, so they went for the turtle instead and rushed it.
I like how Blacklist International is just keeping Kevier safe. We know that Lynx need this, especially in the early game, and I feel like this is what Blacklist hasn't been doing for the past few weeks that they did play Ling with Kevier on. They failed to make sure that Kevier had a great early game, but right now they're doing it right, but it's up against Omega. We saw Omega make miracle comeback after miracle comeback against Bren Esports yesterday, and they might be carrying over some of that momentum today.
Yeah, no, this is exactly how Omega operates. This is their MO. When they're at the tip of it, that's when they get the strongest. But right now, can't say the same about the Filipino Savage. He goes down, Ryzen forcing out a brilliance from OHIB. He's still in it. Shock Mamba coming in with a clutch Newman on blast. 2 for 1, the current exchange rate. Omega, 4 Blacklist bodies. Omega, Ryzen, their jungler survives via the Dance of Blades. The immunity keeps him safe.
Haji a little bit too late on that rotation, and now Omega did get their fair share of kills there, taking down OHIB and Kevier. Those are big targets for Omega to take.
Check it
Haji.
out. Chakno never left. Stunning. Captain Haji. The KDA machine still standing. Taking down that turret, but not so much his self because he gets hit with a torn apart memory to the face. Abyssal strike by Edward. forward. There's a fight down bottom, 1v1.
Yeah, Kelra tearing them apart in the gold lane, but Blacklist did secure the gold lane turret, which would give OHEB a little bit of an easier time there against Kelra. Still, this is anybody's game. We haven't seen the gold lead spike for more than 1,000, 7 minutes in.
Oh, Kevier's in position to potentially steal this turtle away.
Yep. Oh, a push by the Filipino Savage. Renzio with the demonic force. Ryzen so clutch. Retribution used by both junglers, but it's Omega who scores the turtle here. This game is so sweaty.
Yeah, super sweaty.
Yeah, man. I wish.
Eson gets popped by Ryzen, but the kill goes over to the Filipino Savage. Luminum Blast, Pumpkin Pie served up by Shock Mamba.
Here comes
Kevir
Kevir.
jumping in. Oh, he's scared. Did I see that right? Who's rocking the Wind Talker?
I think it's
Kevir.
Oh, it's Kevir. Faster farming, faster farming.
And Ryzen has been just looking for Uncle Eson the entire time. He knows that if there's one target on the side of Blacklist International that he could pop up immediately, it's going to be the Valier.
He's soft.
He's soft.
Man, look at the items right now. Ryzen, yes, building that Molten Essence first. Already has the Antique Cuirass. This is what you were talking about earlier, Womi. Now Ryzen is rushing to build Magic Defense because you have to negate the damage of that Valier and that...
Yo! Look at the bite down by Haji, putting Renzio at a fifth of his health. Look at this. Here comes the reinforcements. Etomax and Ryzen coming from the west. The soft one, Eson. He's looking like he's in trouble. Oh! But there's the black shoes just in time. Flicker in with a three-man Rubenol blast stun from the back line where they come from. Ryzen takes out Haji as well. Here comes Kevir. Maybe a second too late to the crime scene. Omega bounce out.
Insane timing with the black shoes coming in from Atomax. But here comes a short 1v1. Forces the flicker out of Kelra. Going back to that play coming in from Atomax earlier. Atomax burnt that black shoes perfectly. Everything was bursted down on him, and he just went back.
Was toit. Now he still has it. Goes in, back, topped up again. Ryzen and the gang. They're making a beeline 10 seconds away from the Lord.
And this is what Blacklist needs to watch out for. The Chak Mamba surprise, as Naisu would say. As Naisu would say, exactly.
TM.
Yep. Trademark. By the way, this Lilia here is... Etomax is playing it really well, baiting out the abilities well. I've been playing a lot of Lilia myself. She's a great hero.
How is it?
Yeah, I love it. My past 20 games has been Lilia.
She's back.
She's back. She's a great hero. Can really clear and deal a lot of damage, slow you down, a lot of utility, force you to use your abilities, and then suddenly, boom, reset.
Etomax just canceled the Koopa stun with black shoes.
Exactly.
Great timing on that black shoes, and now Omega, they do hold like a very small lead. Whoever gets this Lord would probably get the momentum that they need to push through this game. Because again, the gold lead hasn't gone up against over 1,000.
Yeah, though, the Bulwark not going to keep him safe from Blacklist's assault. That's one man down for the side of Omega. Still not a clear sign for Blacklist to take the Lord, though. Omega's not leaving. They're waiting for Chaknu. There is another black shoes here on Lilia, on Etomax. He gets bitten down, forced to use it, and in comes Kevir. Kelra put some stacks on the blades, knocks out the Barangay Captain.
Here comes
Renzo. Here we go, the commando, popping the demonic force, but Blacklist is not letting go. They're so adamant. Haji, look at Haji, very low now. Oh Lord, gets popped really quick. Kevir gets him with a retribution.
Renzio goes down.
Goes on. OHEB takes down Renzio. Ladies and gentlemen, Blacklist now in the driver's seat.
Clean take on that Lord, and now the gold lead transferred to Blacklist International, and that level 1 Lord would help them to push through this game even further. Renmar, you're freaking out. What's happening there?
It was a very small thing, but Edward using the dash just in time to stop Ryzen and Renjo from getting close to the Lord. You saw the Ryzen charging up. He wanted to get that retry and just get close enough, but Edward, Agent Zero, stopping him in his tracks.
Renmar Santa Cruz putting the freaking in the middle of his name. Freaking out with how well Blacklist is playing. 2K gold ahead. That is going to be Omega defending bottom lane. Spectral Strike on to Renzio. And now Kevir's doing the one stealing. He's a smooth criminal. Taking that
Etomax, though.
And the push and the pop. The Barangay Captain falls again. He's been sleeping, man. That's the 4th death on the Lilia.
After clutch play from Etomax, he suddenly fell from grace after Blacklist International's big attempts, actually burning everything. They just kept doing it. They actually didn't do anything new. They just built more items, did the same thing over and over again, and eventually the Lilia can't tank more than enough damage, just like before.
And right now, Itumax still on the way to building a Genius Wand. Once he gets that, though, Blacklist need to play their strategy of forcing out the black shoes and then going in for the Lilia just a little bit smarter. They have to be careful for that.
Kevier
going in the top lane.
Will this be a punish? Tempest of Blades out, saving him, keeping that inhibitor alive for just one more hit.
Oh my god, Kevier with the mission impossible there. Almost a 5v1, still escaped though. Purple buff will be the next objective to contest here for Blacklist International. And right now, this is the biggest gold lead of the game for the past 12 minutes. A 4,000 gold lead on the side of Blacklist International. I want to remind viewers that there's no way out for Blacklist International but a sweep. They need to win game 1 if they want to make sure to start their playoffs journey.
Yeah, to breathe a little bit easier, a sweep and a game 1 win is what they're looking for. If ever Blacklist wins 2-1, then their fate will be in the hands of next play EVOS. Omega, though, all they need is just one game.
Oh, look at this.
Only one!
Death Bush. Oh, wait.
Oh, this could be a big fight.
They're checking, set the trap in, nobody home. S1 walks in. Clearly, they are.
No.
There's a pushback.
Ooh, they activated it.
Vengeance Flame still on. S1, he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, very safe, I would say, positioning coming in from Esson with a Vengeance Flame. But right now, it won't be activated in this possible Lord fight, and it's already 3/4 HP. The Ling is just causing problems all around the map while we're focused in this Lord area.
Great strategy here by Blacklist and by Kevier to force out the bottom lane. Now that they know the Brody is stuck clearing Blacklist, let's see if they're going to push forward and try to go for this Lord.
Come on down, Filipino Savage. There's a party over here. Catch up, how about it? Man, there's a reason why Esson is a 3-time MPL champion and a world champion. Look at this.
He's zoning out 3 people, man. 3 people
As a
tanking
Valier!
as a Valier.
With one of the nicest skins in the game.
Probably the nicest one for Valier, but
Not
it's
all.
perspective. But you know, here comes Edward.
Demonic Force set in by the Commando, and they're blasting Etomas from the back line. Numinous blast the answer back by Chakamba, and down goes the KDA machine. The answer back by Edward. Agent Zero smashing down that Karina, and they do take the Lord. 2 for Blacklist. Huge wins. Now Renzio's gonna go down. Edward gets another one, punching him straight 6 feet into the ground. 2 for 1 trade.
What a game from Edward, Oheb, and Kevier. Just a single death on those 3 people, and they've been doing so well over the sacrifices of Esson and Haji. The leadership that they had before from the Queen looks to be transferring to Haji and Esson right now, making sacrificial play after sacrificial play for the people in Blacklist International. They hold the biggest lead of the game, which was 4K earlier, and they double it to 8K.
Blacklist is knocking on the doorsteps of Omega. Omega looked like they were gonna win that Lord fight. Looked like they were gonna turn it around, but then out of nowhere, Edward again getting the shutdown on Ryzen. Of course, with the rest of Blacklist International opening up that Lord for them. Let's see what else Blacklist International can take here, or will Omega be able to defend?
Like an RKO out of nowhere, Agent Zero just finds people with the ult. Early game, yeah, first 8 minutes, maybe not much, but now he's such a threat, even with the items Omega's packing.
Yo, I just want to say that Agent Zero is such a nice name for
Yes,
Edward.
sir.
He's like been with Blacklist for his entire career. He's
Exactly.
literally Agent Zero.
Basically forever.
Forever, man. Like in Edward right now.
Whatever, man.
Yeah. ever since Leo said man, we still really don't have a nickname for Edward.
Now
So
we
I
have
really,
one.
yeah, and I was really thinking about it.
This is the best one.
Yeah,
Agent Zero. Here
First
we
of
go.
his name. Look at the instant replay. Let's go
Look
back
at
there.
him.
Look at there.
Look at
Esson
him.
with the knockback. They'll be able to take down Haji. Renjo, this is great setup for him, but the Lord knocking him up was able to set that up well. Also, Oheb was able to set back E2Max. They shut down Haji, but look for Edward. He went all the way to the back where the orange buff usually is, taking down Ryzen, opening up the Lord for Blacklist International.
And it's so surprising that the Karina can't even keep up with the damage that comes from the D-Roth. You have no physical damage invulnerability. ability as outside of physical attacks, of basically auto attacks.
Yeah,
so
no.
abilities such as the Abyssum Strike and Spectre Step just gives you a lot of things to cry about.
That's the thing about the Edward Ryzen matchup. That's why Blacklist sends Edward to hunt down Ryzen. It's because besides the Dance of Blades,
Oh, no.
You're gonna get caught, but wait, Tempest of Blades into 3.
Kevier
And the
thrown
tip
in.
of the Luminous Blast.
no!
Immortality popped onto Kevier. Shut down by the Filipino Savage.
That is huge for Omega.
Wow.
8K lead to 6K, and the Lord is up. It's going to take 35 seconds for Kevier, 5 seconds for the Lord. Omega could potentially make a big play here for a potential comeback.
Never ever count out the comeback kings.
Heck yeah, Blacklist needs to reposition here or Omega will be able to get this Lord. But you see Omega, the hesitation, because they're respecting the abilities of the Popolin Koopa and the Lunox and the Daroth to just tear through their formation. Omega getting closer, 40% down.
Edward catches Chaknu very low. Spectral Strike. Oh, Abyssal
Pops the
Strike.
ammo.
And the Demonic Force. But yeah, Chaknu's still here. Ryzen secures it. Down goes OHEM. Traded out for the Mamba.
Oh no, Edward gone
That's
blind.
one in the back line. Ryzen gets his revenge. And another one bites the dust. Agent Zero with 0 HP. Kevier and Esson left to defend here. Lord marching up top.
Oh no, can they actually end it now?
might
It's
rush
a
it.
4v2, and the gold lead suddenly disappeared. The comeback English come Kevier.
In true Omega fashion, they come knocking through mid lane, and that inhibitor goes down.
14 seconds and OHEB. This is do or die for Blacklist.
Here we
They
go.
hold on.
Another demonic force put in by the commando.
Oh.
And in the blink of an eye, the Kings of Sea take game 1.
And that is it.
Victory!
Blacklist International will now wait for NXP